How's the market? Well, that's a great question. It's something we're getting asked all the time. So here are the key market indicators that we watch so that we know what's going on, keep our hand on the pulse of the market. I'm Jim with the Bishop team, your leading realtors here in Orange County, California. Today we're going to dive into what's going on with inventory and prices and escrows and interest rates and all of that, so you know what's going on here in our local Orange County market. Let's jump in. So on this first slide, we see back in 2019, we had about 2,600 homes for sale in South Orange County. Went down 2020, 2021. 2022 popped back up, but then 2023 we're back down, and that's been the general trend. And so as of October 2023, we're down 71% from 2019 and down 39% from last year. So a lot less inventory. So here you can see in 2019, inventory went up, peaked in the summer, and then came down towards the end of the year. 2022 started much lower levels and then shot up a little bit more quickly as inventory rates went up and the market adjusted, and then it still tapered off towards the end of the year. So on the red line we see we started 2023 at a pretty low number, just over 800 homes for sale, and went down from there. Barely scraped up here in the summer at 845 homes for sale, and then it tapered off. And we'll look for that number to continue to go down through the end of the year unless there's a major change in interest rates. So one of the things impacting the number of homes for sale are what are called new listings, homes coming on the market for the first time. Blue line 2019, we peaked in May and then tapers off, which is kind of a normal trend. 2022, we peaked in April, and then with the interest rates spiking mid-year, that kept homes coming on the market, kept that number down as sellers didn't want to come on the market and then inherit a new higher interest rate on their new home. And then in 2023, that trend has continued. On the red line, you can see we peaked in June with less than 800 new homes coming on the market, and then we tapered off. Look for that trend to continue through the end of the year unless there's a big change in something, mostly interest rates, which we don't anticipate. Here's a look at interest rates, the longer term trend on what they are. You can see last October, we were at about 7.3, and then here a year later, we're at 7.6. So we went up a little bit since September. Beginning of September, we were about 7.5, now we're at 7.6, and that's for a 30-year fixed. Now, depending on your credit and your income and the size of the loan, there are products that are less than that, and then there's products that are more than that. Just a reminder, it's important to talk to a professional lender who knows what they're doing and can work with your situation to get you the best rate when you are ready to buy. Give us a call, we can point you in the right direction. So here's a recap of what new listings have done, 49% from 2019, as you can see on the slide. Now, we're gonna look at demand as measured by escrows. You can see the first line is 2019. We kind of peak in May, and then demand tapers off. Last year we peaked a little bit earlier in April on the green line, and it fell off a little bit quicker because of the interest rates going up mid-year. And then this year, the red line, we peaked number of homes in escrow in May, and it's fallen off a little bit since then, but not a big drop. There is still buyer demand, but at this time of year, you will see that the number of homes in escrow drop as we get towards the end of the year. Here's one more market statistic that we keep track of, is the number of closed sales. So the first line was closed sales by month in 2019. You can see we peak in May. So on the green line, we peaked in March with the number of closed sales, and then that fell off, not to beat a dead horse, but due to interest rates. And then this year, the red line, we peaked in May and followed a similar trend where it kind of slows down, and we'll see that line drop even further as we get into the fourth quarter here. So this next slide is going to show us our market index. It's the ratio of number of homes for sale to the number of homes in escrow. If you have 100 homes for sale and 100 homes in escrow, we would be at 1-to-1, be right on that green line, and that's one market. If we have 100 homes for sale and we have 10 in escrow, that line is going to be way above the green line, 10-to-1, and that's a slow market, a buyer's market. If you have 100 homes for sale and you have 200 homes in escrow, that line is going to dip below the green line, meaning it's a very strong market and the demand is outstripping supply. So in 2022, you can see that we dipped below the line for over a year, went back up as interest rates spiked, came back down the beginning of this year. We had more demand than supply, and then right now we're about 33%. That means we have 33% more homes for sale than in escrow. Still extremely tight ratio. You'd like to see like 3-to-1 homes for sale than homes in escrow, but we're at a little over 1-to-1. This next slide looks at the dollar per square foot average. The first slide is for all of Orange County. And you can see we peaked about a year ago, had that drop that was the effect of interest rates. We've crawled our way back, and in fact, we are just about, actually a little bit ahead of where we peaked last year, less than 1% above. So we are at an all-time high for Orange County. This slide looks at a couple of local cities, Laguna Niguel, Laguna Hills, and Irvine. Laguna Niguel is right close to their peak. They've crawled their way back. They're within 1%. Laguna Hills crawled their way back within 2% of the peak. And Irvine has actually surpassed the peak from last year. And they're 6% higher than that peak from 2022. So they're at an all-time high. And Laguna Hills, Laguna Niguel are very close to it. So if you're a seller, it can be a good time to sell from a price standpoint. So that's taking you through the metrics that we watch very closely to track the pulse of the market, see what's going on, so that we can help advise our buyers and our sellers navigate the market and make the most of what's going on. We can't control certain things, interest rates being one, the economy, things like that, but we can adjust our sales accordingly so that you are making the right decision and making the right move. So if you've had any thoughts of buying or selling or maybe investing, give us a call, and we're here to help you navigate the current market and let you know what's going on. That concludes our October recap. I'm Jim with the Bishop team, your leading realtors here in Orange County, California.